Function tables. Function. A relationship or relation that assigns exactly one output value to one input value. The function rule is the relationship between the input and output value. We recognize that as our algebraic expression. And we can represent these function rules and the inputs and outputs using a function table. So for example, if we have a function rule that is x plus 7, we need to find the outputs. And so we can create a function table that has some inputs, the function rule, and then our outputs. And so if we're given some input values like 10, 12, and 14, the idea is that we want to input that in for x. And so we have 10 plus 7, 12 plus 7, and 14 plus 7. And those give us output values, or results, or outcomes, or answers. 10 plus 7 is 17, 12 plus 7 is 19, and 14 plus 7 is 21. Now this is not part of the standard this year, but I do want to introduce some other terminology you may see depending on the resources you use. So your output values are called your dependent or y values, and because they depend on what you input. And so we call these input values the independent. Or what you put in for x. Sometimes you'll need to work backwards. So for example, if I was given that the outputs or the answers are 1, 3, and 5, and that the function rule is 2x minus 1, then my question to myself is 2 times what input minus 1 will give me 1? Well, 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1 will give me 1. So that means this x value is going to be 1. So the input here is 1. So what will give me 3? Well, if I know 2 times what minus 1, well, I know that 4 minus 1 will give me 3, so that's going to be a 2. And if I can see a pattern here developing, it looks like 2 times 3 will give me the output value of 5, and so my input value is 3.